I am so glad I can share my response to this Wisdom Wednesday question, and something for me that I've tried to keep in the past, but at times becomes present, is my temper. There has been times where I would allow other people's actions or words to really get under my skin and push me in a direction of sometimes choosing anger or resentment instead of just allowing it to flow and controlling what I can control, which is myself. There's times where I might be playing sports where I get a little riled up, either because of how my performance is or a teammate's performance, and I have to just step back and reflect and just take a deep breath, sometimes look at someone and just smile, laugh, and let it go. And from there, I've learned I need to just control what I can control and let go of my temper. Thank you for this great question. I really believe the person who understands me the most in my life right now is my mother. And this is because we have such beautiful, deep conversations where she really enlightens me, shares her knowledge and experiences, and just her vast amount of love to seeing people going in the right direction. And of course, her son going always in a forward progression. We've been able to have amazing talks of travel, of cuisine, of nature, and just as well the values and the attributes that make us better people. She's helped me to elevate myself to my highest potential through reminding me about having a sense of humor, taking things with a grain of salt, and just being my authentic and unique self. Thank you for this great question. It's always nice to reflect on my friendships in my life, and I'm very fortunate that I have two best friends in my life now. One is the love of my life, and one is a childhood friendship that I've had since I was about 4. And the memory I would have to say that really stands out for me, I actually got to share this at my best friend's wedding not too long ago. And when we were in elementary school, we both were very driven and passionate about soccer. And of course, right now in the World Cup is happening. And one day I wore my Brazilian Ronaldo jersey to school, and my friend out of nowhere called me Juliano, and it resonated so well, of course, I had to reciprocate back and call him Austinho, and ever since then, we've been like two peas in a pod, and I truly cherish that moment where we became brothers. Thank you for this great question, Kelly. I would definitely have to say I am very appreciative of being in a country that is so diverse and mixed with so many cultures and personalities of people from all around the world. Now, I grew up and still live in Canada, in a little small town in Ontario, and to be able to interact and learn from so many different people from so many different backgrounds is truly a gift that we have here in this country. Every day, I learn from different traditions and different food, different music, and being so open to learning from all these cultures and differences yet similarities is what makes me realize we are a lot closer and more aligned with others than we think. Thank you for this amazing question. I really had to reflect and think, is there a time that I had one decision that I've made in my life that if I could erase it, it would have made everything smoother and potentially quicker for reaching where I wanted to go? Now, I really believe there is never coincidences along our journey, and that everything happens based on our thoughts and our actions and the habits we create. Now, there was a time in my life where I had the opportunity to become a Major League Baseball player, and I was offered a contract based on a set amount that was agreed upon. And unfortunately, on the last day of my offer, it was switched up and I turned it down all because of the money. Thank you so much for this great question. To really reflect and think about a special place that has a lot of meaning for me, it would be our waterfront where the lake opens up and has so much life and joy of memories, as I've spent years through my childhood and adolescence swimming in the river, going for amazing walks and talks with my mom, spending time with the love of my life and enjoying nature, and as well the opportunity to see such a beautiful creation on this earth that we get to experience every day. So I'm very fortunate to be living on the side of a lake and be able to have that experience of flowing with water every day. Thank you so much for this question. I feel like I could talk about this topic forever, but to really narrow it down and to keep it short and sweet, the things I truly love about life are the relationships, the experiences, and the moments that I get to share with so many beautiful people. I have been fortunate enough to meet the love of my life. I've been fortunate enough to heal and connect with my parents. And I've been fortunate enough to find friendship that is truly beyond anything I could expect. So being able to wake up and go for a great bike ride and get some fresh air, being able to jump in the lake and enjoy going for a swim and freshening up, and as well, just being able to spend time with those who truly care about me and help me be my best version of myself. That's what I love. Thank you so much for this amazing question. And this is a really deep topic because there is so many amazing qualities that I truly love in individuals. And if I had to narrow it down to one quality that I respect the most, it would have to be humility. When I am around individuals who are grounded, humble, and down to earth, it is truly a joy to be in their presence. They put others before themselves. They have no ego, and they don't attach themselves to any identity or persona. So they're not focused on praising themselves, looking for praise from others, or trying to cling on to some glory that comes from anything they're pursuing. So I would definitely have to say humility. Thank you for this question, and I'm so happy I can share a little bit of my routine of how I wind down and relax before sleep. So for me, I love music, and I always am finding a way to listen to my favorite songs. And I have a certain playlist that really sets me in tune to be more relaxed and in my parasympathetic nervous system, which is where we rest, recover, and rejuvenate. And once I go through that process, I like to remove myself from certain blue light screens and any stimulation. And then I will go into a 20, 30, or 40-minute meditation, depending on how deep I feel and how my body feels. And from there, I will then reflect, journal, and slowly close my eyes until I fall asleep. Thank you for asking such an amazing question. I really had to reflect and think deeply about how I would respond to this. And to really put into perspective the idea of failure, when we look at our mindset, failure is only how we perceive it. We can choose to look at it as a learning curve and make adjustments to align ourselves with our highest path, or we can see it as a paralyzing effect that keeps us stagnant and never moving forward. So if there was something I could focus towards and I knew I could never fail, I would be an advocate for world peace. And I truly believe this is a part of my passion and why I am a mindset coach. Because everyone deserves love, joy, and happiness. And the state of the world is very negative, hateful, and we need to move forward as one.
So as always, stay strong, stay consistent, and stay healthy, and keep developing yourself. Level up.